Hello soulmates, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to join a Queen Anne neckline together. In my previous video, I made a tutorial on how to sew a Queen Anne neckline, like two of my videos. But in this particular videos, I'll be teaching you how to join them together. And I'll also be illustrating to you how to cut a bell sleeve that is shown on the screen right now. So if this is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel, turn on the notification icon, comment down below in the comment section, like this video, share it with your friends, and let's get started. Welcome guys, so this was the pattern I drafted in my previous video that I shared with you. So in the video I taught you the two ways of drafting a Queen Anne neckline. I will link it up here if you haven't seen the video. So for this video, we'll be using the pattern that has a yoke, that is the Queen Anne neckline that has a yoke. That is what we'll be cutting. So for the yoke of this pattern, as you can see, my fabric is on fold like this. So this is the yoke. You place the yoke like this. That is the neckline area. You place it like this, then you go ahead and cut. In case you want to use a net, you can also fold your net like this. So after you have folded it, you place your pattern paper, then you pin it down, then you go ahead and cut. While you are cutting, you add sewing allowance ½ inch to this end. Then this is the armhole area, you don't add sewing allowance, and this is the upper part, you add sewing allowance. So this is the main bodice. As you can see, I added my ½ inch sewing allowance all around here, and at this other side I added 1 inch because that is the sewing allowance for this side. So these are the yoke that I cut out. You will cut out two. Yes, you will cut out two. So this is what it will look like. So now the next thing to do now is to go ahead and add our stay. So for this, I've added my stay at first, then I added breast pad. So if you want a tutorial on how to correctly fix a breast pad to a bustier, please let me know and I will drop the video after this video. So this is my lining. I'm using the same fabric for the lining. So after joining the bustier, this is what it looks like. So after joining the bustier, you make sure you notch every part of this bustier so that when you are turning the cup, it will turn out perfectly. So you make sure you notch every part. So after joining, sometimes I always notice excess at this side, at this edge. So this edge over here, I always notice sometimes just ½ inch. So what I do is to cut it out. So after trimming it out, I will shape the armhole. You will see that very soon. So I've went ahead to balance the neckline, then I'll just trim the armhole in a little bit, not up to half, not up to half, because if you don't do that, the wideness will increase and it will affect. So you go ahead and trim that. And the next thing we'll be doing is to fix our yoke. You place your yoke based on the measurement. If you know the difference between the neckline, you can just measure the neckline, then you start fixing. But for this pattern, if you follow this pattern, you will notice that the middle joining is the guide for our yoke. So after the joining of the middle part, we place the yoke. So this is the lining that I went ahead to sew together also. Like I said, I'm using the same fabric for the lining. So you pin this also at the sweetheart neckline area so that everything can be matching. You pin it down like this. You pin every side down so that you can capture everything at once. When you are done pinning, just go ahead and sew with ½ inch, which is your sewing allowance. You sew with ½ inch. So after sewing, this is what we have. You go ahead to notch this part too, because it is very important, especially for this sweetheart neckline area. It is very important so that that V shape can form very well. That is, the sweetheart neckline can form very well. So after you are done with the notching, you go ahead and flip this over, then you go ahead and iron it very well so that the shape can come out. You really need to iron this neckline very well so that the perfect shape can come out. So as you can see, my bustier after ironing, this is what it looks like. As you can see the sweetheart neckline, you can see the Queen Anne neckline. So this is what it looks like. So now for the back bodies, I will not be cutting that because I don't actually need this bust here. I'm just illustrating it for you guys. So this is what it will look like. This was the pattern we cut out in that previous video, but I went ahead to alter this pattern. Like I said, I went ahead to alter this pattern for a tutorial, so the neckline is not the same, but the main thing is just to make sure that you place this with the back. Let's assume this is the back body is the fabric, so you just place it in between, then you just sew. So the back does not really need any special stuff. So this is the bust. This is the Queen Anne neckline after sewing. As you can see the padding, how the padding came out. Like I said, if you want a tutorial on how to pad your bustier correctly to achieve this effect, let me know in the comment section and I will drop the video. So for the sleeve, this is the basic sleeve. I have a tutorial on this, I will link it up here. So this is a basic sleeve. This is a basic sleeve, and this sleeve has my sewing allowance, that is the joining allowance for this side is there already. So if you want to cut a bell sleeve, I always like to have a base, which is my basic sleeve. So I place it on another pattern paper, then I'm taping it down so that you can see. So now depending on where you want your bell sleeve to start from, where you want it to start from, some people start from the elbow, then they shape it down, like the one showing right here. As you can see, it started from the elbow, but the one I'm drafting here, I'm starting from the bicep area. So at the wrist, you determine how wide you want the sleeve to be, that is the opening of the sleeve. So you determine how wide you want it, then you connect it to any point you want it to get to. Like I said, I'm making mine to get that to my bicep, but you can make yours to get to your elbow. So you can make it to get to your elbow, so you just slant it towards the elbow side, but mine, I want it to get towards the bicep. So in case you don't want this pointed mouth, you can just shape it like this, then you have your sleeve. And if you want it to be longer than your wrist, you know there are some sleeve that is always covering the hand, you can extend this. So you can extend it like this, you can add 1 or 2 inches to it. So now if you want to cut it on fabric, you fold your fabric into 2, then you place the pattern, the new pattern, place it on it, then you cut. Especially if you are working with a lace and you want the rough edge of the lace to show, so you place it in that way. And you can just place it anyway, then you cut it out. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.